Yeah, one thing I'll point out about Archie, you never see him moving independently. And what I mean by that is you never see him sat on his own, sat up, moving his arms. As we'll have a look now. Obviously using recycled footage, no new footage in this bit. Again, like we said, baby doesn't move a muscle. Actually, there was an interesting comment on babies not moving a muscle, which I found on one of the, I think it was an American news channel, and the anchor was saying something about, oh, it has a milk coma or something. Babies drink milk and then they go into pretty much a coma and don't move a muscle. Almost addressing the many sort of videos that have come out about the possibility that Archie isn't what he appears. I believe this video is from September. It was when Archie got to meet Desmond Tutu at his first royal engagement, which is a bit ridiculous. Right, watch how Megan has hold of this baby and watch how the arms move, almost like she is spinning them, kind of. Oh, do you see what I mean? Right, she's got her fingers here and they seem to be manipulating these arms. And then they both go up and touch the baby's face. Now, kind of like, oh, the baby's just been a bit sick. They both wipe the baby's face, although nothing really appears to come out. Again, watch how Megan swings that arm up and down with her hand. And I'll tell you what I think is going on. Obviously, you can't deny at the bottom of the screen, here, the leg seems to kick. Like I say, a lot of movement with this baby. But all of it is done whilst in the arms of Megan. You don't see the baby move independently. Sits it down, still she's got her arms around it. Still she's pressing in to this area, which seems to make this arm swing up a bit. By all means, guys in the chat, let me know if you think I'm talking rubbish. I'm always happy for a bit of constructive criticism. I would actually like to think that I'm wrong about this, because it is almost too insane, but something isn't right about this baby. Not just the arm movements, as we'll see in a minute. Okay, once again, wiping the baby's face, and that... Fair enough, the fingers and the hands all seem to be moving. And like I was saying about the blinking, look at those eyes. For me, the eyes are a bit black and scary. Yeah, like I say, the only time you see it blink is when she does this very sudden jerking movement. There you go. Look at that. Is there something odd about those baby's eyes? Sudden jerk. Okay. Now as we go on in the video, for any of those that like to look out for the hoax code, they always show up, as we see here. Harry displaying a big number 22. Let's see, RJ is saying it's like a puppet. That's kind of the impression I'm getting. Also, look how chubby and devoid of features the hands are. Maybe that's a normal thing for babies to have creaseless hands and little divots. I mean, fair enough. It just looks to me like something's afoot, and I don't know how well you can see, but just here is a strange circle going over the bridge of the nose. Now, I did think when I first saw this video, perhaps they are finally using a real life child, but then looking closer, you can see a real kind of patchiness on the face, almost like it's too white. And I did look at some of these pictures. This one I put into a GIMP program, and you see when you mess with the colors, the levels, the brightness, you're left with, I'm not sure what that is, but it carries on up here. Now in the next picture, you'll see what I'm guessing is either a bad wound that has been covered up, or it's something else. Where was that other picture? Right here. Now what I'm suggesting is they're using facial mapping techniques where they can imprint a live image over one image. They can project sort of like a CGI image on top of a live moving person. And up here, it kind of looks to me like this is the baby's real shape of the head. And then on top, they've almost put a separate image. I'm curious what those viewing would think. I just looked down at some of the comments. RJ says, I can promise you one thing, this, whatever it is, did not come out of her. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Those eyes ain't right, absolutely. Baby this age always put their hands on their mouth. Yeah, the only hand to mouth we saw was Meghan and Harry. I wonder if that was a pre-planned, like an agreed move they were going to do, where look, we'll both wipe the baby's mouth, make it look like it's been sick, although the way Meghan's jerking the baby around, I wouldn't be surprised if it had been sick. Okay, so is that two heads on one? And some mapping over, hang on, we can do a bit of live image manipulation, because this is the publicity shot you get, and as you can see, there is a sort of mark on the top of the head, but there's no big divot like you get here. I mean, that would be noticeable, wouldn't it? FGW says the eyes are the windows to the soul. Very good point. Caroline Markle can't hold a baby properly. She could easily dislocate the baby's shoulder by the way she was holding him. She can never be seen. Good point, but I think she has to hold it like that because she was swinging the arms around. Should we go back to the vid one more time? Let me know what you thought. Okay, remember, it's a sack. Well, I got another view what I think it is. How would you explain the leg movement there, for example? Now, what you notice she does is the baby goes down and the leg kicks up. You see this very large thing that you assume is a nappy? I think that could be something else. I think there's probably weights in there attached to the legs. Because once she pushes down on the baby, the leg kicks up. You see? Now, whether you believe, and look at the arms swinging around almost like a doll. Look how she's swinging those baby's arms around. It's pretty insane, I agree with that. Jana7NM, that is not a natural response to a mother holding a baby. There's no maternal emotion with her. No, it looks to me almost like she's saying, look what I can do. There is, of course, evidence of other... Right, where was the video? Baby. Right, this would appear to be more live footage of the baby. Although I bet it's just recycling what we've already seen. Oh, interesting. Hang on. Oh, what happened there? That was interesting. They cut the footage. They cut the footage there. Hang on. Right. Oh, you can't pause it, unfortunately. So what I'm suggesting, she's just carrying an inanimate doll, and the face is CGI'd on. But look, so they suddenly cut. They're walking in 1 minute. Oh, what happened there? Did she drop the baby or something? That wasn't the footage I was after. Oh, don't want that. Greetings everyone. I didn't expect that video to end so suddenly, but it did. Anyway, my live stream is now started. I hope everyone is well. Mudlight, thank you for joining in the chat. I've just got to check my audio. It never sounds particularly good on here, as I'm sure you guys can testify having to listen to it. I don't normally do live streams in the afternoon, normally in the evening. But I got a free afternoon, so I wanted to take a look at my previous video, which was up on, hang on, bear with me 1 second. Oops. Right, there we go. Right, I'm just going to set up the footage I've got for you today, and then we'll start properly. I'm not sure if anyone caught my latest video. It is looking at a couple of people leaving a hospital. It's an old video actually, it goes back to May, I believe the first video is. And it is a mother who, yeah, mother and a father are reunited. I'll just mute it and I'll start it playing on your screen. Right, how does that line up? Sorry folks if it's a bit... Yeah, here is the video that I put up back on the 1st of September. It's just looking at this couple leaving the hospital. I've had some excellent comments on there, but I wanted to show a couple. I want to look a bit closer because I think I can add a little bit of information to some of it. Maria McDonald Bell in the chat, thank you for joining in. You're absolutely correct, your Audacity is incredible. Bear with me, my monitoring device is just frozen. Just want to get that back working again. And then I can keep track of the live chat and stuff. Right, as we see this woman patting this baby, and I'm saying it's a baby doll. Not sure what your guys' thoughts on it is. We're going to have a better look at this video. And like I said, I've got a feeling I can explain how she's making it move in certain places. And that's... Right, we'll have a look now. We'll have a look at the full video. Right, let's read it. A mother was given a 50% survival chance and her newborn baby. Apparently this was the first baby ever to be born with COVID-19, allegedly, according to this story. Now, we'll watch on. Right, bear in mind, this child would probably have had quite bad respiratory issues. Now look what she's doing. Rather, because she hasn't got a spare hand, she's using the baby's chest to clap. I think that's a bit dodgy. Would you seriously do that? You need a spare hand so you could clap against you could pat your thigh, you could pat something. She decides to pat the baby's chest. But an interesting thing does happen when she pats the chest. Look at it. The hands start moving now. Did perhaps the patting of the chest cause these fingers? Because if I haven't said it already, I believe these are dolls that they use. We saw it being used. We saw a doll being used with Meghan and Harry in the video I showed it at the beginning of this live stream, and I think we're seeing them again here. Another thing you can see, right, the baby's legs in this video look strange. They're bouncy, they're thin. They just hold out in front, and look where she has got her finger, right down in the crease of, well, right between the legs basically. Probably quite a sensitive area. Well, it is a sensitive area on anyone's body. So is there possibly a control button down there she's pressing that causes, because if you see, the eyes start moving every so often. Let's have another look at that. Yeah, I mean, the ridiculousness of this story aside, I'm just curious about whether they're using a doll. Now, as we see in the name of the NHS hospital, it's the Blackpool Teaching Hospital. Teaching could be interesting. Due to another video, a commenter left, Stormy Weather, has been commenting on my videos lately, and one of the ones she left is quite significant, so we'll have a look at that in a minute. So yeah, patting a baby on the chest because you haven't got anything else to clap with. And did that, now she's patting its backside, and is that causing any movement here? Again, she's still using it to clap with. A lot of other people have pointed out, we'll go back, the day the baby was born, April the 1st, obviously April Fool's Day. Right, so yeah, let's just suggest that, let's say this is actually a doll, which I believe it is. And all these nurses are out there clapping, what's going on? Surely they've got a pandemic to fight at the moment. This is, I guess, a mother and baby ward, or a maternity ward. Can they really afford for all these nurses to come out and applaud them as they leave? But they're really into it though. Unless these nurses aren't actually aware that the whole thing's a joke. It's kind of ridiculous. Could they have squeezed in any more nurses into that clip? Oh, sorry, one sec, right. We're going to look at another video in a minute, which someone made me aware of, a comment on my channel. In fact, they told me to do a search for robotic newborns, I believe. And what comes up as the first video, and where is that? I had it elsewhere. I just have to find it again. Right, give us 30 seconds. I will have a quick look in the chat while I find it. My preparation for these live streams can sometimes leave a bit to be desired. Oh, right, where was the... Okay, I've found the next video that I wish to play. We'll play it in a minute, and you can see whether you think it's significant to what I've just been showing you. Mudlark, you say that mother could be a man. Certainly can't argue with that one. All of them look weird, and there was another person in there that looked weird too, but yeah, the whole thing was very odd. Right, okay, we'll go back to my... Okay, now the next video that we come across is robotic baby trains doctors to deal with medical emergencies. This is over in the United States, but I'm sure Blackpool Training Hospital has access to the same robotic babies. So we'll have a look at this.
This tiny robot is proving to be an incredible teaching tool for infant doctors and nurses. Her name is Super Tori, and she's just like a real baby. Medical emergencies and all.
And as Dr. Malika Marshall shows us, Boston Children's Hospital is lucky enough to have her.
She looks real, she feels real, she sounds real, and she's no dummy. This wireless robot is the world's most advanced neonatal patient simulator, recently called into service at Boston Children's Hospital. Super Tori resembles an 8-pound baby and can virtually recreate any neonatal medical emergency. Caitlin O'Brien is a nurse and clinical educator for the Children's NICU.
Within, a couple of tweaks of a button, we are able to make the baby go from a very stable, healthy newborn into a baby that is in acute distress.
Like one with breathing problems, cardiac arrest, jaundice, even seizures. Not only does she move her arms and legs, but she makes lots of sounds and facial expressions. Important cues since babies can't tell anyone what's wrong. Caitlin runs mock scenarios to train nurses, doctors, and other staff. In this one, Tori begins having seizures, and things go downhill from there.
Let's hit the button and get some help. Can we get some help in here? Atropine going in now. Heart rate's good, so that's good. All right, I see the cords too. And we're in.
She's seizing again, so why don't we make the baby desaturate again?
The baby's vital signs and movements are controlled by a behind-the-scenes engineer who communicates remotely with Caitlin through headphones.
Katie, let's increase the heart rate up to like 104. Perfect.
These nurses saved the day, but even if they hadn't, it's a teachable moment, and no one gets hurt, not even the patient. Super Tori costs about $40,000, and Boston Children's Hospital is one of the only hospitals in the country to have her. I'm Dr. Malika Marshall, WBZ News.
Okay, right. Okay, that was the video I was thinking of. Right, I'm going to go into the chat. I see Mudlark and Maria McDonald Bell have been contributing. Thanks very much. It's always good to have people interacting in the chat. It does help. Good to discuss a few things. Now, some of my latest videos have been looking at celebrities and their faking the pregnancies. I did put out a I am always keen for people to suggest to me celebrity pregnancies they think are legitimate. And one of my commenters did offer me the name of a a celebrity they thought looked like a genuine pregnancy. I mean, so far I covered Katy Perry and some other. I know the name of the husband, or the supposed husband. In fact, we'll look at some of these people in just 1 minute. But firstly, the name of the celebrity that the person gave me was Kyra. I'm not sure how many people are familiar with Kyra. I did say I would name the commenter as well, but I have to get back to that. So we're going to have a look at Kyra and see if any of you guys agree that Kyra could actually be a legitimate pregnancy. To be honest, you would have to think that surely not every famous person that's ever been pregnant has faked it. No, but maybe every celebrity that's ever done constant live streams about their pregnancy, done music videos, stripped off with a pregnant belly, all of them could very possibly be fake. Right, we're now going to have a look for Kyra pregnant. Right, the very first image you come across. Yeah, Mudlark does point out they have extremely advanced technology. I'm sure they do. Right, there's a picture of this celebrity. I believe they're a singer. Well, half the stuff they come out with. But yeah, there is one issue with this picture that I've got. And, well, it does look quite legit, quite genuine to begin with. A closer look. Well, first of all, we'll read some of the things she did during her pregnancy. Pregnant Kyra shows off her bum. This is her workout. Oh, there's loads of stuff she claims to be doing whilst pregnant. Do we want to see any of this? Hopefully it won't get taken down for copyright infringement. But ask yourself, as a pregnant woman, is this a safe thing for her to be doing? Bear in mind, Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter, I believe it was, hiked up a mountain. Okay, could this be a fake? Now I've got a major problem with this person straight off the bat, but anyway.
How Sierra got to look this good while pregnant? Well, we've got an exercise video coming up. It's a ladies in style.
What's up, everybody? I feel so tired and I do not feel like working out, but I'm gonna do this. With a smile. I get hot easily. I get tired all the time still. You would think that my tiredness would have gone away, but it's not quite gone away. What else? Yeah, but I am going to still go and work out, and I haven't worked out in a while, so please pray for me. Oh, I don't want to see this guy.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's not what I want to hear.
Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Higher. Keep going, keep going, keep going. All the way up. There you go. Keep pulling, pull, 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 pull. Come on. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 7, 8. Come on. Keep going. 4 more. 9, 10, 11. Last one. Oh, good.
Great job there, Sierra. You look great. Well, close the thoughts in the comment section below. And before you go, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you for my next video. Bye.
Okay, I think that is the end of it. A couple of Mudlark and myself just contradict each other. Looking at this woman do these I mean, come on. Is this seriously safe for a pregnant woman to be doing these sorts of exercises? And let's say it isn't. Let's say it is perfectly safe. I'd like to point out that looks very manly, and I fully agree. If you look how long the arms are, and how big those hands are around that ball, and also earlier on in this video when you saw them in the dress, here.
Next video coming up.
That is the least feminine figure I've ever seen, with those wide shoulders. Yeah, I'd like to point out Cara has very long arms. And another thing, which you may not have noticed, well, you may have noticed, I didn't leave it in the chat. This guy, look how short his arms are by comparison.
Don't want to see this
So you keep swinging them around so we don't get this notice.
guy.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's not what
Yeah. I don't
I
know.
want to hear.
He looks a lot more. He looks equally suspect, in my opinion. Right, but going back to that image of Kyra pregnant. If you look at the belly button, you know, if you can just about make it out, there is a square. Right, I'm going to save this image and very quickly put it into GIMP, mess with the colours and see what comes out. Thank you everyone who's following this live stream so far, especially to my 2 commenters in the chat. That's all I've had. That's how it goes sometimes. Generally I do find with live streams, just as I decide I'm going to start shutting down for the afternoon, people will start joining, but that's just typical. Right. Okay. Yeah, I think there's something off about this very genuine looking picture of this celeb. Right. Just going to scale the image, make it bigger. This is the bit which I think should have a note when we mess with the colours. I think this is the area that should have a very noticeable change, if you see what I mean. First of all, brightness and contrast. Okay, can you, well, I'm not sure if you can start to see yet, but there is, it looks like to me they've photoshopped, superimposed another belly button on top of hers. Why they need to do that, I don't know. How visible that is to anyone, but for me as quite a blatant square just here. It looks like somewhat much more disgusting than a belly button to me, but anyway, that's for another thing. She should have stretch marks. Actually, in a lot of her photos she does have you're absolutely correct, Mudlight, there should be stretch marks, but in some of her later pictures they've almost taken that into account. and they include like a C-section scar. Here we go. I mean, that has got to be the weirdest pregnant stomach I've ever seen. But hey, let's have a look at it. Leona, thank you for joining, and you say you hit the thumbs up. That's always good of us. I think they're the first person to do that, but hey hey. Right, let's see, open. Should have done that first. Is that yeah. There we go. Right, we're gonna have a look at this tummy and see if there's any other signs of photoshopping. And I'd like to think that's a big silicone implant. I think it could possibly be that. It looks, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, I don't know, because just around here, where are the very manly Adonis belt, love handles, or whatever you call it, you can almost see a strap. I believe there's a strap there. Let's have a look. Just by messing with the colours, it can give quite a bit away. Oh, with the brightness and contrast a little. And it can sometimes give you a clue as to what's been messed with and where. But yeah, like I did say earlier, this does seem quite legitimate. It does look like this person here has a very full stomach. But then again, there's not a lot these Hollywood studios can't do with CGI and etc. I don't know, but whatever they've done it well. I think the problem you get sometimes trying to identify latent photoshops is that they take pictures of pictures. I mean, for example, this file that I downloaded was called Screenshot. Hi Crystal Rose, thank you for joining. Both Leona, Crystal and Maria and Mudlark are frequent commenters on my channel. Always good to hear from you guys. What's this? Demi Moore started this fashion of posing naked while pregnant. The dudes are taking the piss. I'm always happy to have a look at Demi Moore. Right, this Kyara woman, I don't think necessarily that shows very much. This picture, with the exception that maybe you don't need to change the colour on there. that alone is, for me, just doesn't look like a natural pregnant stomach. Okay, they've gone with a bit of detail by including a cesarean scar, but that ain't enough. Yeah, we are going to have a look at Demi more in a minute, actually. Maria, thank you for the suggestion. It was this one. Does anyone else see the blocky square that I was referring to? Sometimes it's difficult to show up, especially as these pictures that they put up are very often terrible picture quality. Anyway, right. Apparently one of the starters of this whole trend, Demi Moore, pregnant. I'm keen to see. Yeah, Leona, that belly was very round and no normal fat distribution, correct. Yeah, that is a very famous picture. Again, terrible picture quality. Okay. Let's remember they can do all manner of Photoshop, even back when Demi was pregnant, which was... How far back is these images going? I'm not sure. But look at the belly button. It could be that they've just... I don't know, because the problem is that these pictures are such poor quality that it's barely even worth trying to put them through GIMP, because there's just not enough. Oh, by the way, if you want to, right, this is Demi Moore now, or 2019. That is blatantly a male figure. I don't think anyone could fail to see how masculine that is. And again, this image has probably been put through Photoshop. If this person had come like last place in a drag queen competition, you wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you can see everything. There's the Adonis belt. There's the absolutely straight angle from the tummy. Okay, there's a bit of curve going on. But look what she's doing with her feet. Look how she's bending her feet, curving the feet just to twist the leg. Jackie Sharp, hi, thank you for joining the chat. You haven't missed too much, Jackie, actually, although, yeah, I did have another look at the hospital, the couple leaving the hospital, but you can always skip back and play that. Yeah, we're now looking at celebrities and their... Well, actually, feet position is a very good way that they fake the angle. I'm trying to think of a Jewish comedian. I don't know if anyone in the chat, vile person, absolutely disgusting, but I can't think of her name. She's a well-known Jewish comedian in America. She made a disgusting well, she made loads of disgusting reference, like going for quickie abortions before they changed the law. Real vile piece of filth, but actually I don't think she's ever faked her pregnancy. I'm keen to, just as a side note, actually I have kind of forgotten about checking Demi Moore's baby bump. I got sidetracked by that. Yeah, again, these pictures. It's probably when they've got clothes on over the top is actually a good time to sometimes have a look. Oh, this Miley Kunis or something on it. Yeah, Mila Kunis. Again, just looks like she's got no extra fat on her, just got a big fat tummy, just got a big tummy for a little bit. Still got the squarest jaw in the world. Still got the straightest, narrowest hips in the world. Just got a huge tummy to go with it. Right, let me try and think of the name of that comedian. If I do a search for quickie. Oh, Sarah Silverlight. Thank you very much, Jackie Sharp. I'm not sure that's quite her name. Sarah Silverman, isn't it? Again, nothing to do with pregnant tummies, so I've gone off subject here. It's just a pose I've seen her doing, and it's the most unnatural pose you could ever see. I think unfortunately we have to put in the word. Again, I think I first came across this image on one of Mr. E's videos. Anyone watching familiar with that guy? He's had his channel shut down a couple of times. I hope he comes back. His previous one was called Transpocalypse. Transpocalypse Agenda. I believe I got that name right. Anyway, so if we look for this one in a swimsuit, sorry, but there we go. Freak show of the year, okay? Just look at the legs, it gives it all away. Would you ever stand anywhere with your leg facing pretty much 90 degrees? And why are they doing that? Just to give this effect here. Yeah, Jackie Sharpness is awesome. Transpocalypse Agenda. I'm trying to think of the name of his last channel. An excellent one. Stormy Weather, thank you for joining. It was your comment actually that not exactly prompted this live stream, so I was planning on doing it anyway. But I looked at the search you suggested I do of robotic newborns, and the first thing that came up was the hospital, a hospital in America that are using robotic newborns. So, like I said, if they've got one, I bet Blackpool Teaching Hospital have probably got one as well. Vile freaks. Maria asked, do you think it's a sign to each other when they hold the bump on top or below? I didn't do that with mine, but I didn't have to hold it up. Exactly, Maria. I don't know if it's a sign, perhaps it is, but I think in a lot of cases they do just have to support it. They have to stop it from falling down. I didn't know this person was pregnant. Crystal Rose King. She's shared a lot of excellent information with me. Thank you for that. You seem like you know a good deal about how a lot of the fakery is done. So I appreciate all you shared with me. Jackie Sharp, Slave New World. It was, wasn't it? Was it not Transpocalypse? No. Maybe I'm thinking of another one. Yeah, Slave New World was my last channel. That may well have been it. I really do hope he makes a return sometime. Watching his videos was sort of the inspiration, among other YouTubers, the inspiration for me to start my own channel, because I thought he did such an excellent job of it. Although he particularly focuses on pointing at the trannies, which really isn't difficult. Right, Mila Kunis. We'll check her out, see if there's any blatant. Kunis. Apologies if this went from a COVID-related live stream to something completely different. Leona thinks male partners are the ones having the babies. Possibly. I'm not sure who this person's child is. And that's why I do find it interesting when, to carry on the investigation beyond just the pregnancy, when you get the first pictures of them pregnant. The first pictures of the child. Right, let's see any live footage of Mila with a baby bump. Okay, Mila flaunts her baby bump during Bad Moms tour. We'll have a quick look at this one. Jackie.
Mila Kunis' newest movie.
No, Jackie, I don't believe I said that, but who knows. Right, let's go.
Is called Bad Moms, but maybe her next one should be called Good Deals. The actress admits to Conan O'Brien that she and Ashton Kutcher spent just $190 on their wedding rings. That's wedding bands, not her engagement ring. Mila tells the talk show, "He got me a beautiful engagement ring, like stunning, stunning, stunning. But for our wedding bands, for when we got married, I decided to just get them off Etsy." Despite Mila likely earning millions and millions of dollars throughout her career, she is praised for her frugality. She tells the show, "I wanted the thinnest possible platinum band. I went on Etsy and I was like, $90? Buy now." Ashton's was $100, so technically his wedding band was a little bit more expensive. Mila doesn't need a big rock to define her love, and the only big money she wants to ring in is at the box office.
Okay. Leona's saying that the partners tend to get tend to gain weight when the other partners might be pregnant. Very possibly. Let's look. Ashton Kutcher. And again, I think Ashton Kutcher is a vile human being. He's an absolute disgrace. So of course they're on the Ellen show. Again, another vile human being. I do think everyone, it seems that everyone that makes it big in Hollywood is a vile specimen. I think they have to sell out, in probably very disgusting ways. Could Leona have a point about this? Is that a bit of a tummy he's got there? Coming out there? I'm not sure. It does seem quite wider in the front, over in the face as well. I wonder if, so let's suppose these couple are the other way around. The height difference is probably the first thing that people might wonder about. Mila probably on hormone suppressants, growth repressors as a teenager. I think these people are probably picked out from a very early age. Ashton probably given testosterone while he's growing up. Right, Jackie Sharp. Katy Perry still has a firm post-baby stomach. When it's like this skin in a couple of days. Have we seen? I haven't actually seen Katy since she's given birth. I don't think. Let's have a look. Insta. That seems to be where they put everything. She posted a picture of herself, yeah. Well, she's certainly been busy on her Instagram. I mean, I know there's probably a whole team of people that operate these social media pages for the celebrities. Another one of my videos pointed out that all of these fake pregnancies, well, not all of them, but they often seem to have this typical mother and father's hands, while the baby's clutching their fingers. And here's a lovely picture of one couple chucking a baby through the air. Nice one. Hilarious. I'm guessing that isn't post-baby, it could be. I hate playing this things stuff. Right. Listen.
Now we know it.
Either she filmed this a long time back. Let's suppose she was genuinely pregnant. We're supposed to believe this video was filmed way before she got pregnant, or has just been filmed.
It's worth it. Now we're celebrating.
So I'm not. Actually, this is the sort of thing that gets your live stream shut down, so I'm not going there. Like Katy Perry. Stormy Weather says that prednisone is what OJ took. Popular for weight gain in movies. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you see an actor and they transform their body so quickly, you kind of almost wonder, are they literally stepping into a bodysuit? Right, or is it all CGI that gets put up or added to it? Right, we'll look at the news. Showered with pricey baby gifts. Beyonce gifts Katy Perry beautiful flower bouquet. I'm not aware of any pictures of Katy since she's come out of hospital. Or, sorry, since she gave birth. I doubt she even went into hospital for that. Katy Perry calls Russell Brand a tornado. Okay. Prednisone, I'll have a look for that in a minute, Stormy. The band Korn, all the members were pregnant at one time or another and gave these up for sacrifice. Breathers for yeah, unfortunately, I wouldn't be surprised. This one's a vile human being as well. Again, another possible trans, but who knows? I always thought, actually, well, I used to think Katy Perry did look relatively feminine compared to some of what you see. Completely not anymore. No. My computer, is it frozen? That wouldn't be good. Yep. We just crashed, so hopefully it's still going. Right, just bring it back up and we'll carry on. In fact, how long have we been going? Maybe I have got a few too many programs running at once. Right, restore. I'd like to think the relationships are fake. I would personally, yeah, I would think so as well. Whether they're part of their contractual agreement is that they have to have a child with the person the press are reporting they've got pregnant with. He's still going. It looks like it. Right, been going for just over an hour. I really appreciate the interaction I've had with some of you in the chat. It's been a bit of a stop-start live stream, as mine often are, because I lose track and then I get things like phone calls, so bear with me 1 second. Okay, and I am back. Now, where were we looking? Right, interesting comment there from Crystal Rose. I just caught up. That is a robot of Evil Boy Katy Perry you're watching. Katy Perry was Russell Brand's evil handler. The Englishman transvestigator was good. Yeah, I do remember him as well. I'm not sure, I haven't seen any of his videos recently. I was subscribed, but I do find quite often I look through my subscription list, in fact do it now, and see how many of them are deleted. Right. If I go to subscriptions, there it is. Where's the list of people you subscribe to then? Oh, I can do it on my mobile, but for some reason on here, that isn't such an option. Interesting. Okay, because often I can go on and find all the channels at, on my mobile, for example, I can go on to subscriptions and click on all and it will show a link to who I want to. Yeah, I'm sure that used to be on YouTube, but they appear to have taken it away now. Oh no, here we are. Here we go, 134 more. All these, I don't know if you can see that on the side of the, to the left of the screen. All the channels that have this image are ones that have been deleted. I do remember Trans Investigator. How many PKs I'm subscribed to? Yeah, there's just like a whole list of channels, and often I click on a channel. Right, Transpocalypse Now, for example. Click on one and it's gone. This account has been terminated due to multiple or severe violations. And by violations, they mean the guy just shared the truth. Right, I'll read some of the comments. I am going to start winding down shortly. Been wonderful to have some interaction with my viewers here on YouTube, so thank you to everyone who's joined in. Crystal saying that the Katy Perry the robot. See, someone else made that point. I think it was Mudlight Digging at the Thames, that they probably have such advanced technology that they use now that robots could even walk among us, and that seems to be something. Crystal also points out, right, prednisone will make you blow up like a balloon. Okay, that's always something we can have a look at. Prednisone effects. Images. Right, on body. Here we go. It can make you moon-faced, acne, flushed, increased facial hair loss. Oh no, increased facial hair, right. Okay, but flushing and moon-face, buffalo fat hump. It creates fat pads all over the body. That's some good information. That's stormy weather. It's not something I was familiar with. So, OJ took it. Was that, you say, for a part in a film? Or is it so that they can then develop? Yeah, I'm guessing it's not so OJ looked pregnant in this movie. But, that was Arnold Schwarzenegger that did that. But yeah, looking at some of these things, stretch marks, increased weight, enlarged abdomen. I guess that would probably be ideal for anyone wanting to appear to be pregnant when they're not. Shame we've only got a cartoon at the moment. Let's see. Yeah, all they seem to want to show is a cartoon image. Perhaps the genuine ones are celebrities. Interesting. Curious. Okay, well let's see. Let's see what prednisone is actually for. Prolonged use of prednisone or prednisolone can depress the ability of the body's adrenaline glands to produce corticosteroids. Abruptly stopping prednisone can cause symptoms of blah blah, nausea, vomiting, weakness. But what's actually taken for? Right. Prednisone is a glucocorticoid medication mostly used to suppress the immune system and decrease inflammation in conditions such as asthma, COPD and rheumatologic diseases. It is also used to treat high blood calcium due to cancer and adrenal insufficiency along with other steroids. It is taken by mouth, so they'll give it to anyone they can by the sounds of it. Makes you crazy hungry. Okay. Facts. Crystal Rose mentions in the Illuminati Records, Russell Brand and Rituals your baby. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't doubt any of that stuff, Crystal. I'm sure that goes on. You only have to look at some of the horrific. Well, the clues are all around. What was the name of that? I think she might be some sort of modern artist, and she does spirit cooking. Anyone wanting? Yeah, this is the another vile piece of filth. Marina Abramovich, absolutely sick. Again, a trans. I think that's blatant. And here you've got a picture of whatever that is. Oh, I guess it's not blood, is it? It's just a woman led in a bath. But I think are they trying to make it look like they're peeling skin off of her? I don't know. That's odd. That is weird. Perhaps that was. Yeah, but again, I believe spirit cooking contains all sorts of weird stuff. Yeah. You would assume that looks like the face looks like a doll with a pig's nose. Do you really doubt any of these people to actually do some of this stuff? I mean, they may be doing it in jest. Yeah, absolutely. Abramovich has definitely got probably a lot more than just male hands. Spirit cooking the whole earth from beginning to end. Crazy, sick. And I guess this was at the end. Very bizarre, and there is whether they've just superimposed. I should know this person's name. The lead singer of No Doubt onto the top of it. Yeah, Gwen Stefani, there it is. To make it look like she was involved. Who knows? Okay. Mudlark asks about her Microsoft advert. I never saw it. Now I know it got ditched, but whether they ever showed it, whether it was ever made it onto the internet, I'm sure it did. Yeah, you're right, Leona. Hundreds of celebrities are connected to this person that, well, clearly has. Clearly is a Satan worshipper. You could say it's all just like for art, but I don't believe that. I think these people are telling you straight to your face what they are, what they're all about. She looks very young for a 73-year-old. Wow, I didn't know. I didn't know she was 73. I guess going back to that medication, it reduces inflammation but causes water retention. Yeah, from what I can see. Rocking Mr. E. Okay, I'll have to look for that one. But I'm guessing that isn't the original Mr. E. Is it just someone that's uploaded Prednisol? Thank you. Rocking Mr. E. We'll have to look at that at the end there. I'd suggest anyone else to look at Mr. E's videos. They're brilliant if you haven't already. He got far too big on YouTube, and obviously they have to take him down. That might be as far as I'm going to go with this live stream, but it's an interesting connection. How it goes from celebrities with their fake pregnancies, using dolls to pass off the baby, to what actually really happens to any unfortunate children that may get born, to people like this. And it goes back a lot deeper, and it goes back a long way as well. This is nothing new. Nothing new at all. Stormy weather, that's well, don't worry, Stormy weather, whether you're misspelling the medication. I got it. We managed to find it. Prednisol. I'm guessing that's a very similar product. The film Countess Dracula. Countess Dracula. Perhaps. Yeah, sorry to keep these vile images on screen. We don't want to see that, do we? Right, I'm going to start shutting down now, and I'd like to thank everyone that's interacted in the chat. It was always great to hear from all of you guys. And I've just noticed on my thingy, I've just hit 2,000 subscribers. So please let me thank everyone. Although I bet if we look at it now, it will have dropped down below 2,000. Oh no, 2K. Yeah, I've been floating just about before 2,000. Not that, I mean, having more subscribers is great because you reach out to more, but I know most of mine came from like a couple of videos, generally around Harry and Meghan. So I hope a lot of those are still tuned in. So yeah, Jackie Sharp, Mudlight digging up the Thames, Stormy weather, Crystal Rose King, Leona, all of you who have interacted. Have I missed anyone yet? Let me see. Thanks, Maria McDonald Bell. She was around towards the beginning of the live stream. Apologies for frequently going off track about what I was originally talking about. But just, we'll go over one more time, just for those that may have missed what the original purpose of this video was. I forget myself, to be honest with you, sometime. Right, it was these clapping people in hospital. Right, this doll, how is it being operated? Look at, I mean, I've had lots of commenters pointing out that they're controlling it. Right. Yeah. So the point was, this doll is being, like we say, this doll has been in hospital. Well, the baby is supposed to be in hospital. They only had a 50% chance survival. The woman finally gets to take it home. As a lot of people point out, a newborn they don't let leave the hospital, even if it's been there a while, unless it's the mother's in a wheelchair, I believe. The baby's swaddled. They don't just let the mother leave the hospital, basically slapping the baby on the gut. Look at this, it's mental. Yeah, great way of treating that baby. You use it as your second hand because your hands are full. But my other question was that weird slapping maybe causing the hand to jump up? Is it almost like a pump where you keep banging the tummy and eventually the arm inflates, or something inflates that causes the arms to... See? Crazy stuff. Hey Maria, thank you for tuning in right the way through. Along with Mudlark, I think you two are here right from the beginning, but I appreciate everyone that checks in, as and when you do. A few people, Mudlark, I think it was you pointing out how vile these people are. I think I must have used that word a lot today, vile. How horrible these sellouts look. I mean, these two, perhaps they believe they don't realise what this part is for. Perhaps they were told, right, we need you to film someone leaving the hospital for a news section, or for a demonstration video of parents that, against all odds, had their baby and took it home, and they didn't realise it was going to be used for to push COVID. Who knows? But anyway, Stormy, thank you ever so much. It's really nice of you to say I'm your new fave. That's great. I hope I can stay up there. Now, I don't expect everyone, well, I don't expect anyone to agree with everything I say. We're always, each of us are individuals, and we're all going to have different viewpoints from other people. So, I'm always welcome people that don't agree with me. I welcome you to come and say, no, I think you're talking nonsense on that. Here's what I think's going on. And look at it from various directions, angles. Hopefully, somehow, between us, we can all get to the truth somehow. But anyway, last thing I'm going to say, just because we were saying about who we think look ridiculous, the one person that really bugs me, is this nurse coming up now. Oh, let's notice actually, just for the hoax codes. Where was it? We've had April the 1st. Here we are. If you ever want a hoax code, Catherine Dawson, 36, was 32 weeks pregnant when she contracted the virus. So here's the nurse that does my head in, sat in the back. I don't know why, I don't think it does my head in, but seems least sincere. But she stands in front of their car and blows a kiss. I mean, they're all doing it. This one, here she is. She kind of looks familiar as well. Is this a bunch of crisis actors? Are they real nurses? But one thing's for sure, Blackpool Teaching Hospital have got hold of a doll, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, like I said, it very well could be these people have just been told, turn up at this hospital, we'll give you an outfit to wear, follow these instructions, directions, and for next thing they know, the video is being used to push a story about COVID. We don't know. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps they aren't all sellouts. I don't know. Well, yeah, like I said, thank you to everyone who's joined in the live stream, and thanks for all your kind words. Many of them are absolutely correct. One final trans investigation then, just for these two. Again, one thing I've been noticing is the length of the arms. The men always seem to have quite short arms, and the women always appear to have very long arms. Apparently there is men's arms do naturally reach down further down the leg. It's difficult to point out here but yeah, they should pass the crotch, let's say. Men's arms should nearly be touching the knee, not where this guy's arms are. And with the woman, it's difficult to see where her arms would come down to. Yeah, okay, so on these couple of actors, they're definitely actors, I'm sure of that. You don't walk out of a hospital to a huge applaud carrying a doll and patting it, using it to clap with, because your other hand's full, unless you're an actor. That doesn't happen. Okay. Thanks for all your great comments. I'm going to be back with another. Generally, I seem to manage one live stream a month. If I could find a regular day each week where I was always available. Sundays was a day I was looking at. Sunday evenings, I would certainly try and do a weekly live stream. Anyone that does really want to catch on would know when to expect it. But of course, I leave them up so people can always play them back. Although I do really like to edit my videos, because the amount of times I go, I stutter, I lose train of thought, is, it shows on the live stream. You can't edit them out. So sometimes I take the live stream down. Actually, now you mention it, this guy, he does look like a woman, doesn't he? And there's no doubt this looks like a man. And that still looks like a doll in her arms. Yeah, look at the bouncy legs, actually. That would be the last thing we point out. Look how those legs bounce back. They don't look anything like real legs, but as she's using it to clap with, watch the springy legs, okay? And this is where we're going to end it. Okay, watch the legs. She's about to brush it. Oh, we didn't mess that, did we? Maybe it's in a set. There she goes. I wouldn't be surprised if she still has that baby on her in her arms. She's probably got into the car holding the baby. We can't actually see what's going on. I'd be surprised, but yeah, look at those springy, bouncy legs. The fakest of all fake. Right, I'm putting you through this. Well, in fact, it almost looks like she's holding the leg independent from the body. It looks like she has to clutch that leg, otherwise it would just be the head, hands and body. Who knows? It's weird. Right, I will just have a quick look at the chat before saying goodbye. Bobby, Crystal Rose says, another thing babies never put down food. Their foot is curled up for a few months until they realise they're out the womb. Okay. Do these legs time with newborns? No. A clenched fist and drawn up legs because they haven't been comfortable in that position. Excellent information, everyone. No woman ever walks out with a baby ever. There's a reason for that. It's called liability. I'm sure you're... Yeah, absolutely. Stormy weather. Thanks everyone again for joining. I'm going to wish you all enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Have a nice evening. I'm guessing most of my viewers are in the UK. So what time are we at now? 6:20. I'm definitely going to have to call it a day here. And like I said, I'll be back soon. Thanks everyone for tuning in.